Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach and author of The Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. Okay, so I got a clip to share with y'all, and I got a couple of comments to share, and we're really talking about Black women not wanting to be wives, not valuing marriage, claiming that they want marriages, and they want husbands that are leaders, and they want strong Black men, and they want masculinity, and the lack of these things is why they act out the way that they do. But this is all cap, and I'm going to be, over the course of maybe a couple of days, I'm going to be sort of displaying that and talking about it. So I got a clip to share with you. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share this clip, and then we're going to talk about it.
Like, I would never let my husband tell me what to do. I'm not his child. And these same women, they'll go to work. Their boss says, hey, I need you to turn this in by 5 p.m. They say, yes, sir. The HR manager says, hey, I need you to stop saying this to your employees. They say, okay. The trash man says, I need you to put your trash cans beside the road on Wednesday mornings. They say, okay, and they do it. The speed limit sign says, don't go past 65. Guess what? They don't go past 65. The nurse says, hey, you have this condition. I need you to take this medicine. They say, okay. Your single friend will say, girl, you don't need to do this for your husband. You need to tell him this, this, and this. And they say, I can trust you. You're the expert. Literally, everybody else in the world will tell them, jump. And they say, how high? And they do it. But when your husband, who has a covenant with God to protect and provide for you, tells you, hey, I don't think you should do this. Yes, you should do this. No, you should not do this. It's a problem and you're oppressed. You know, it baffles me the amount.
Now, before I stop sharing my screen, it's the same old replies. I actually make a beeline to these types of videos, comments, just to see how asinine the women are going to be, and just to confirm to myself that the women are going to say the same thing that they always say. Here's one. The problem is men that do the minimum in the marriage expect this treatment. There's not many men holding down the household with this problem. Men that are holding down a household are being respected. Trust me. No, they're not. Let's see. This guy says it's all about what they fear to lose. She's afraid to lose the job. She's afraid to get the ticket. She's afraid to have a friend look at her a certain way. She's afraid of what could happen if she doesn't take the medicine. But she's not afraid to lose her husband. She can have another man by tomorrow just by going through her DMs. This one says it's giving pick me. I'm just opening all of the why, because with that mentality, dudes are likely to actually pick her. So then she says, I actually agree with what she's saying. However, I posted that because that's how I felt when I watched the video. So they be knowing what it is, but they want to hurl insults anyway, because that's the hyena reaction. Guess I felt like she was trying to gain attention by posting a video that's saying basically, I'll obey my husband. That's why I said pick me. Really didn't watch the whole video, but I know what she's getting at. Guess I was being a little shady looking back. Probably didn't feel like obeying my husband at the time. I don't know why I posted that. Sometimes I should just not even comment. Let me fall back. I mean, I don't actually agree. I agree with respecting your man, but obeying and being treated like I need to obey you, like you're my master. Nah, I'm straight on that. I'm not going to be anyone's puppet. You shouldn't be anybody's puppet. But what she's saying, and what men are by wanting women that listen and are submissive to, is women that are willing to allow their man to lead and be the head of the house, and to have a woman that's agreeable and not combative. I think a lot of women purposely misinterpret what men say. when saying, for example, women should be submissive. That doesn't mean slave master and slave, of course not. But not being a hard A and argumentative is what majority of men want. And I think I can speak for them as well. Not all, but most. I'm gonna stop sharing. Let's just face the fact that Black women, y'all do not want marriages. Y'all are hoes that want lifetime tricks. Okay? Most of y'all are hoes that just want a lifetime trick. What do I mean by that? Because a husband and a wife isn't something that the state mandated. The state doesn't care whether two people get married or not. Okay? Marriage as a whole entire concept and an institution is one that's created by the Most High, not mankind. Mankind would have never imposed upon themselves any rule like that because we like sex too much. The current climate of transactional sex and hookup culture tells us that mankind would never have done that on their own. So marriage, creating a covenant, okay, between two people to be married, to be beholden to one another, to do all of these things, that is a spiritual thing. That's what that is. And a husband and a wife are titles that the Most High grant when you get married. Okay. And it means something. Obedience and submissiveness to the husband isn't based on money. It's not based on whether or not he was nice to you that day. It's actually a directive from the Most High. You can read it in your Bible. You can read it in your Quran. Okay? The reason why these chicks don't obey their husband is because marriage itself is no longer a spiritual thing. See, chicks don't even think that they marry without the consent of the state, not God. It doesn't have anything to do with spirituality anymore. See, church and state was separated. We're not even going to go down that rabbit hole all the way. But what that truly means is the separation of God from anything that God actually ordained and created, marriage being one of them. Because marriage was always a spiritual thing, why do you think the state decided that it wanted to have governance and control over that? They didn't create it. That's not an institution mankind would have created on their own without a directive. Okay? Because even if you were going through the state, people used to still go to their places of worship to perform a marital ceremony because that's what it is. It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual union, which actually would be predicated upon the laws that the Most High assigned to those roles. But once you remove that spiritual component from marriage, now women don't gotta obey nobody because she don't even gotta obey God. So she certainly don't have to obey no husband because that is not a directive from the state. The state didn't tell her she had to do that. In point of fact, the state incentivizes her not to do it. Not to do it. Don't do it. By telling her that it is oppression, by telling her that it is slavery, by telling her that the men that she's with, she cannot trust him. She can't trust his judgment. She can't trust his foresight. She can't trust his advices for her. She can't trust that he has her best interest at heart or anything like that. Now, this is a man she's married to now, man. How you married to somebody that you can't trust? How you married to somebody that you think would actually tell you things to harm you? This is why there are no consequences. This is why she doesn't fear a consequence. Just like that comment said, there's a consequence. The state give you a consequence for all that other stuff. Running a red light or things of that nature, the state or the job or something to give you a consequence. The only one that can give you consequences for not doing what you're supposed to do in your marriage is the Most High. But you separated him, you took him out of that, didn't you? So the state don't have no consequences for you. When women go file for divorce, the state doesn't ask, well, did you give your husband the rights? Are y'all doing what y'all supposed to do according to the Most High in your marriage? They don't do that. They just file the papers. This is good enough for them because they're going to get some money out of it. So most of y'all are hoes that want lifetime tricks because you don't want any of the guidance or the anything else from a man. You want him to pay bills, foot money, and shut up. Say nothing to you. That's why you're so offended when men not even use a submission word. Even if they say just be cooperative, that's why y'all get offended. Because the state didn't say you had to be cooperative. Who said that? Who made that up? Show you that in the rule book. A rule book you respect. Just wanted to point that out. We're going to continue that conversation. In any case, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.